Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. We are so glad you are here. We are excited. Woohoo! We're here for another recording of the podcast Maria and Friends. And we're trying something new. This today, tonight, for the first time, we're going to go ahead and go live on YouTube. So if you are watching us for the first time on YouTube, let me know. Put a comment and say, hey, we're here from YouTube. We're trying also to stream on Facebook. So we're excited. We are growing and we're excited you're here. So tonight we have a fun episode. We're going to be talking about something that we all have to deal with one way or another. And before we do, let me go ahead and talk to you about some another thing that we're adding to this podcast. Really exciting. And if you've heard about the platform called School, and this is a platform that is built for community, for growing. And we've thought, okay, so let's let's go ahead and put everybody that follows us, that wants to connect with us, that has questions, that wants to talk a little bit more beyond what we do on the podcast. Where do we put all these people? And in this platform, it gives us the opportunity to put everybody together and talk to them and share more knowledge. We're going to go ahead and share some behind the scenes, some things that y'all don't see. Like when I get ready, I'll make some videos about that. If you have questions on what microphone I use or what system we're using or how we're figuring things out, go ahead and join us over there. And it's free. I can send you the link. Just type in, interested in the school. And it's going to be called Maria and Friends Podcast. So that's what the group is called on the school platform. So just put a text, put a message there. I'll go ahead and send you the link. And right now it's free. It might not be later on, but for now, if you join, it is free. And what am I going to? Hello, Gina. Oh my goodness, already, Gina. Ooh, Gina already joined the group. So right over there, I'm going to go ahead and once we're done, I made a video about the setup that we have here. So I was making a little video about the setup. So if you want to see what that setup looked like, if my setup, and go ahead and join the hello. And so go ahead and join the school, Maria and Friends podcast group. And then you'll see the video that I took about the camera, about this whole area. And then if you have any questions on that, we can go ahead and address that. Thank you. Everybody's coming in. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good. I'm so glad that you're here. At the end, if you stay all the way to the end, we have a surprise. We're going to go ahead and do some drawings. Hello. We got some people from YouTube already saying hi. So if you stay all the way to the end, we're going to go ahead and do some drawings and we're going to go ahead and draw some winners. And what do you win? Absolutely. I'm laughing because um thank you so much. Thank you so much. She says, I love your glasses. Thank you. Thank you, Denise. So this is very new for me, all this YouTube interaction. Thank you so much. All right. It's my birthday chat. All right. Awesome. So let me go ahead and let you know that at the end, if you stay, there's going to be some prizes, and Mr. Vargas is going to draw 3 names as the everything goes on. We're going to go ahead and pick some winners, and we'll write your name, and he's going to pick 3 winners, and those 3 winners have the choice. You can have a book that Mr. Ulises wrote, a really good, wonderful book, very helpful. And then you can also get one of my ebooks available to you. I have several ebooks that I wrote, and you can pick one, and we'll send it to you right away. And also the third one is dinner with us with Mr. Ulises and I. Last time we did this, it was so much fun. Annette, woohoo! Hello, Annette. Where's Annette? Annette, these comments are going crazy. So Gina and Annette, I want to make sure I put their names because these are part of our special VIP group. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and have dinner. So the people that have had the dinner with us the last time, it was so much fun. We had dinner, we talked, we fellowshipped, and it was pretty amazing. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and get started. I see several of you already logged in. So I am so excited for you that you are here. So let me go ahead and get us started here. And I'm going to go ahead and read the introduction for this podcast. All right, here we go. Welcome back to Maria and Friends podcast. I'm your host, Maria, And with me, as always, is my good friend Ulises. At this point, he's not a guest anymore. He's part of the family. Over the past few weeks, we've been diving deep into all kinds of relationship topics, the highs, the lows, the lessons, and the laughter. Our community keeps growing, and we're so grateful for everyone who listens, comments, and shares your own stories with us. Just a quick disclaimer, we are not experts or therapists. We're just two friends sharing our life experiences, our opinions, and our journey. Our hope is that something we share tonight resonates with you and maybe even helps you along the way in your path. So don't forget to subscribe, like, and follow. It's free and it really helps us keep creating more content like this. So, all right, so let's go ahead and get the conversation started. And tonight we have Mr. Ulises. You want to go ahead and say hi, sir? Welcome.
What's going on, family? What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's having a great evening. Need y'all to do me a quick favor. Quick favor. Make sure you are sharing this podcast. Uh, Real quick, it is free to do, free 99, as they say. Just go ahead and hit that love. You gotta hit that love. You know what I'm saying, on Facebook. Make sure you hit that love. Make sure you hit that share. If you are on YouTube, please make sure you hit subscribe to Maria's channel and don't forget to hit that notification bell so whenever she does go live, you will
Yes.
be notified
Mm.
of it. And also share, please go ahead and share, um, and all that wonderful stuff, because the whole point of us doing this podcast is to bring enlightenment to the conversation, to bring good conversation, and to have fun. We want
Yes.
to have fun. We love to joke around. We love to crack jokes. So it's about having different perspectives, but in a mature manner. So that's what this channel is all about. That's what Maria and Friends podcast is all about. Just different perspectives, and again, just having fun with it, all at the same time. And it's always a good time. It's
Yes.
always a good time. So tonight's conversation, in case you didn't read it, it's man, it's gonna be a good one because we're in this world of relationships, of dating, and especially if you're new to the dating scene and
Oh,
the holiday season coming around. Some people like to argue that the holiday season starts with Halloween. You know, then you got Thanksgiving coming up, and then you blink, you sneeze, and it's Christmas. And so and then you can't forget New Year's, right? So like it's all supposed to be family oriented gatherings, where everybody, the mama, grandmother, everybody get together. And now you trying to introduce to your family your new boo thing.
oh my goodness. Yes.
Your new boo thing. So, so having that conversation, dating during the holidays, y'all. Like it is, for those who've been married, 5, 10 plus years. Do y'all remember the first time you introduced your parents, your family, your sisters, your brothers to your man or to your woman? Do you remember that feeling? Were you nervous? Was there a little bit of anxiety, when you're introducing, somebody new to the fold, as they say?
Yeah.
And does it double when you bring them in for the holidays? Good conversations to have. So so it's all about having those conversations. But Maria, so if we're cool with it, let me go ahead and start the conversation off with you. You
Absolutely.
know, what is your take on if you have somebody new, right? Less than 6 months, less than 6 months. There's a debate. You can make an argument. 3 months, okay. Is 3 months too soon? I don't know. right? Is 6 months too late? I don't know, right? Because there's a something that I had read where it takes about the first 90 days when you meet somebody to kind of figure out who they are. Then another 90 days after that to really figure out if they're somebody that you can actually be with and stay with. Because usually by the end of the 6 month, they are usually showing you who they really are. By the end of the 6 months. So, we've had that conversation before, but just want to drop that in there because it's important when it comes to taking somebody over to your parents' house for Thanksgiving. So,
Mhm.
Maria, from a woman's perspective, how does it make you like? How do you feel when it's like, babe, my house or your house?
Oh
What are
yeah.
we doing this year? What are we doing this year?
Well, actually, you're asking me as a woman, or you're asking me if I'm going to be the guest, or if I'm bringing somebody? Because
You as a person bringing somebody to your household.
oh no, I'm not bringing nobody to my house unless it's a marriage, unless there's a ring on it. No.
Ooh, what?
No.
Wait.
No, I'm not. Well, but you see, that's my personal thing. That's my personal take on it, because my family dynamic, my family circle is very special to me, very private. I I t- I'm just very private about it, very careful who do I bring. So so far I haven't brought anybody since I got divorced. I haven't brought anybody that I think should be my family. I haven't. And the reason I do it is because I think when you bring them to your family, it's a serious thing. It's somebody that if I'm not gonna marry this person, I don't want to bring him around my parents or my kids or my family, because this is what happens. Then they like him and they say, okay, if she's bringing him, well, then let's meet them. And they make the effort to meet this person, and they make the effort to serve him a plato y darle, un cariño, and just learn his name and all that stuff. And then 6 months from now, like, and where's Julio? I don't know, Julio, otra vez. And then I bring somebody next year, and they're like, oh my god, here's Roberto. And then and then it's just, where's Julio, where's Roberto? Well, I don't know, and who's this? And I
It's
just,
Jorge. It's Jorge
Jorge,
this
where's
time.
Jorge?
Right.
And Tiburcio, Sebastián, y Rodrigo. And I'm like, oh my God. So I personally, I've told my boys, if she is not the person you're gonna marry, I don't want to meet her. Don't get my emotions involved. I don't, because then I go through this effort like, hi mija, and I get excited, and I'm already thinking, this, and then
It's
what happened?
tough. That's tough.
And then what happened to her? I'm like, no, mom, it didn't work out. Oh my God, I have a play for her already. I ordered napkins with her name on it, so she felt from the family. We have pictures. Oh, no, no, oh, no. Okay, then this happens. Then you ask, when we take family pictures, do we put that person in or not? And then here I am in the family pictures with somebody forever on the family pictures that you didn't marry, that you didn't even have kids with it, that you didn't even like that much. No. You see, I think about the presents. So now I have to give somebody a present that I didn't expect. Then does she give us a present? And then she's gonna be in the family pictures. Why is she in the family? Why is he in the family pictures? I know, because we've gone through this already with, I'm gonna say it. So, and it's like, those, avoid all that. Just avoid it.
So
Unless
it,
you're
it
gonna
really
marry that. If you're really gonna marry that person, then Ned
so
said it has.
it really sounds like Maria, like you just try to stay single to February 15th, and then take the 6 months to really figure out whether you're gonna bring them in for the holidays. February 15th, you can go ahead and open up the invitation to start dating again. Well, that's
Well,
tough.
I mean that then you have to ask the person that you're dating, how do they feel? Do you have to ask, "Hi,
Yeah.
Tabi. Hello, hello. Welcome to the conversation. We're talking about dating in the holidays." Do we bring that special person in your family, your inner circle? When should you do it? So I already told Ulises, unless there's a ring on it. If it's somebody that I'm engaged to, oh yeah, come on in, come on in. Let's get you un plato. Let's get your own personal chair. If I'm engaged, if this person is the one that I'm thinking I'm going to marry, and there's a serious commitment, engagement, bring it on. He'll get his own pillow,
Hold
his
up now.
own.
Hold up now. Like, if you're at that point of engagement, then they should have already met the family by then, have they not?
Huh? They should have, yeah, probably.
Yeah,
But
yeah. So there has to be a
but
time
there's a
period.
difference between going out to dinner. Let's say my dad, because my it's gonna be my dad, right? There's a difference between going out for coffee and dinner and meeting my dad, and then bring them into the fold, into the Thanksgiving. That's a whole nother level, I think. I don't know.
Oh no, you're right. You're right. I just think like from it's just different for us men, right?
Really?
Like
Why?
because we don't necessarily think that deep. You
Really?
know, we don't think that deep. We're like, hey, I'm bringing somebody. The relationship is great. Relationship is good. Hey, everybody, this is so and so. This is so and so. This is my brother. Now, the one thing that I will say is this: definitely the expectations, right? Hey, talk about the expectations of, are you okay with coming over? Are you okay with meeting the family? If you have kids, and all depends on who you
Oh,
are,
yeah, do
right?
you even
Because it's a lot that go. Do you have older kids, younger kids? There's a whole lot that goes into it. But also,
wow.
what I would also love to suggest is warn them about your crazy family members. You got to warn them about the crazy ones because, hey, I'm just letting you know now. Like
Mhm.
my Theo, my uncle, he's a
Yeah.
little. I just want to warn my sister-in-law. Uh, you know,
But then if you but don't you want them to make their own, that they're to make their own assumptions of your family? You want to make them, you kind of want to give them a heads up, but not to the point where they feel, I don't know.
I want them to be judging them the way I judge them from the start. Like,
How
what?
soon how soon is it should you wait to start inviting them? Like if you started dating them, let's say what is the first holiday? Probably Thanksgiving, right? So now that Thanksgiving is coming up, so if how soon should you invite them? Like if 3 months, you've been dating 3 months and you know she's the one, yes. Or even if you know she's the one, you wait. Like in your perspective, how often are you gonna,
If if we're in love, then I'll be like, okay, let's let's make that jump. Let's meet the family. Things are going good. 3 months, 5 months, 6 months, whatever it is. Like if things are going great, then why not, right? Because relationships really at the end of the day is all about taking risks anyway. Like you took a
it's
risk.
true.
You literally you see the memes, right? You literally said hi to a stranger one day and trusted them
Wow.
by inviting them into your house,
Wow.
right? So there's always going to be a risk when it comes to. I mean, like golly, like there's this one person that I dated. We're 7 months in and everything was great and fine, and then once the 7 month hit, I mean, it went downhill. So it was like
Wow.
and I was ready for them to meet my kids, and this is going to be an amazing relationship, and then all hell broke loose, right? But
Wow.
it's the chance you take. It's just a risk you take. So it's like now, don't get me wrong. Don't just invite anybody. Just because y'all been dating for a month and y'all
Mhm.
in that honeymoon stage.
Yeah.
Be careful, right? be careful because this is your seventh relationship in the last 6 weeks, and you're talking about
Wow.
day to one, right? But but no, you do have to be very mindful when it comes to, hey, this is what the expectation is, you know. Even if it's like, hey, you're just meeting the family. We're not going to talk. Let's not talk about, oh, so what's y'all future together? What y'all, when's
Yeah,
the
because
wedding? You know.
that's another stressful situation because then they start asking you, "Hey, ¿y cuándo se van a casar? When are you guys gonna get married?" And
Mhm.
then they're gonna ask, "And do you know about him? And do you know he does this?" And then family starts embarrassing you and bringing out baby pictures and telling the story when you stole something or yeah, I mean your most embarrassing things. And let me ask you a question, Ulises, thinking about this, when you're in a relationship and you ask the person you're dating and you ask them to come to the holidays with you and they say no, I'm not ready, how would you feel? Is that a red flag that that person really really doesn't like you because they don't want to go meet your family, or that they're not ready, or you're not the one? What kind of message does it send when you invite, when you invite them, like, and they say nope, I don't want to meet them, I don't want to meet them? Because the reason I'm asking is because it happened to me. I
Mm.
got invited to the holiday. I got invited last year, and I got invited to, and I'm like, no, no. And he's like, what do you mean no? I'm like, no, because it's serious. It's we're not there. Well, what do you mean? I thought you really like me. Why don't you meet my family? You want to meet mi mamá, que yo la quiero mucho, que si tú no quieres a mi mamá, no me quieres a mí. And it was just this
So,
whole,
so context. So I need more context. How
okay,
long were y'all? How long were y'all dating?
4 months.
Or was anybody in love?
Ask me.
Huh?
I hope he's not watching.
Huh? Come on, be
Dude,
honest.
don't
Be
ask
honest.
me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, ask me the question again.
Were you in love?
Um,
Nope. The answer is no. You took too long. The answer is no.
because it's, hi,
See,
I
what had
cared,
happened
Bob,
was,
because it's too soon to be loved. It's just you put me on the spot. Please, how dare you put
yes.
me on the spot? This is not really no. I want to get questioned. Oh my god! I hope he's not watching. No, that was it. No, it wasn't, because it was 4 months. How am I supposed to know if I'm in love? How
Mhm.
does it long? I wasn't sure if I was in love. I liked him. I
Good.
was infatuated. He was special. He
That
smelled
was a
nice.
good answer. That's
But
a good answer.
you know,
It's a good
and this
answer.
is ah. So
it,
yeah,
it's a good answer because
it
if
stressed me out. I hyperventilated like, oh my god, like no, I was like, no, I couldn't. I said,
but
I'm so sorry.
but but that's the thing.
It got
Like
it got hurt.
if you are not sure, then you did the best. Then you did the right thing, right? So it obviously where he was at was different from where you were at in the relationship, right? And no fault to nobody. It's just it is what it is, um and you being able to hold your ground, right? And not say yes because you wanted to you just wanted to make him happy,
Yeah,
right? Was definitely the best thing. It's and I totally agree with Presida. It is not a red flag if you're honest about it. Like, hey, I'm not ready. The man should have been, for sure. It could be a little disappointing, yeah,
he
but he
was.
should have been.
He took it hard. I mean,
And
I
I mean,
wasn't. Why did he take it so hard? It's I.
because he's a little baby. You know what I'm saying? Not his
Oh
baby,
Lord.
but no, but what but he, it's okay to be disappointed, but but you also have to respect, what your partner is feeling, right? So it'd be like, what? Okay, she isn't ready. Yes, and then when you think logically, we've only been together for 4 months. It's not like we've been together for a year, and we've been speaking to each other undying love and wedding plans, whatever the case is. It's only been 4 months.
And
Like, bro, like,
I didn't know his mom. I mean, his mom knew about me. His mom, because he showed her a picture of me. He his
oh, he
mom
was
knew.
into you. He was into you.
Well, I don't blame him. I don't blame him. Hey, all I can say is he has good taste.
I mean, man, it is what it is.
You know, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. But his mom his mom knew about me. He already talked to some of his friends about me. So they kind of expected me to show up. That's kind of the feeling I got. But I was not like, I don't know. That was I don't know. I was not comfortable, and he thought it was a red flag for me, and it really doesn't, that kind of thing. Oh, Gina said, oh, I don't know if he did. I don't know if he did. I don't know if he
He
did.
did. No, 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 no. He did. If he took it hard, it's because
I don't know.
he was ready. He was ready to marry you yesterday.
Oh, thank you, Gina. I love you, Gina. She's amazing. So, so that's what happened, and so my question to you is, and to everyone that's listening, when because some of them already answered, it's not a red flag. But to him, he took it hard. But I guess, I mean, we worked through it. We passed that, so we're not together because of something else. But that we kind of had to work it out, and that's one of those things that it helped us start the conversation. What does this mean to you, and what does it mean to you? Where are you at? Where am I at? What are your morals? What are my morals? And it is a good um relationship gauge, and it's good to talk about expectations, because then my question is, if I go, what am I, your girlfriend, or am I somebody you're interviewing? Am I your future wifey? And it's like, oh, how are you going to introduce me? Hi, this is Maria. I just met her on the street. I don't know. How are you going to introduce me? Or like, if we're, because don't invite me to your family things if we're just dating, because how are you going to interview? We're just dating. We don't know if the relationship is gonna go anywhere. But here she is. Have a seat. Get a tamal. I just And then what am I? The question is, what if you do get invited? Let's say you say yes. Okay, girls, help us out. What is it that you need to take? Because it's my understanding, Ulises, that when you get invited, you accept the invitation. You have to take a gift, and then the pressure is, what kind of gift? You have to take a small gift. Do I take some wine? Do I take a plant? Do I take an extra pie? What is it? But I know we have to bring a small gift. So what do you think we should bring?
Do we have to though? Right?
Yeah, you have to.
Because
Yeah,
as a
because I looked
guest,
it up. I looked it up in the etiquette book, and I looked it up because I wanted to know, because I don't know enough. So I looked it up, and you're supposed to bring a little gift, a small gift. You're not gonna bring like a humongous thing, but it says you must start. I mean, a thoughtful gesture is like flowers, a dessert, a holiday candle, some sort of appreciation. It does not need to be expensive, is the thought that counts. But you need to bring a gift, Ulises. You do. Erika
I
says,
don't know. I
look, Miss
don't know.
Gina, what did Miss Gina say? Let me see. I think it depends when the right time. The older we are, the more we know what we want, or when we're in love. That's true. Miss Gina says, take a gift of something they like. There we go. Then I would ask, what does your mom like? Oh, but she likes, petunias. I don't know how to say petunias in English. So, le gusta la rosa. She likes roses. So we'll take roses. And then, and then Gina's helping us out. She says, yes, bring a small gift. Big points.
So you're bringing the gift to garner some cookie
Of
points.
course. Of course. Of course.
But now, is that a form of kissing butt?
Yes, heck yes. Yes.
Oh,
Oh yeah, yeah,
oh,
of course. Of course. I want to make it good.
what?
If I'm invited to the man, I love his house. I want his mom to like me. What does she like? I want to know, what does she like? Well, I want to make sure she's comfortable. I want to respect her home. I want to respect her territory. I want to take her baby away. Of course, I'm going to take an apology offering, some sort. What is it that she likes, Um, let's see.
and and
Yes
that's
and no
where
shame. Shame?
and no
Yes and
no
no shame or
shame,
whatever.
no shame.
Yes
Yeah,
and no shame. Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you, Gina.
and
Yes.
that's where us and that's where men and women differ.
Why?
Like because let me not say let me just say me, right? Because like I'm I'm not a butt kisser, right? I mean the whole idea of doing something to make somebody temporarily happy, like for even oh, this is my girlfriend's parent. Let me let me bestow the what a gift, of chocolate or a bottle of wine or
Yes.
whatever it is. Like, uh, I think there's other ways to um
That's the first. As you get to know each other and the family, of course, there's going to be some better ways to do that. But right off the bat, the first time, I'm going to bring something. I agree. I want to bring some chocolate. I'm going to bring some cupcakes. I'm going to do everything because you only get one first impression, and I want her impression of me to say she's very thoughtful. She's going to take care of my son. Me lo va a cuidar a mi baby. She is, oh, what's so sweet. Of course, that's that. Then later
question,
on, as you get to
question,
know her, yeah, of course,
question.
I'm gonna do everything I can. Yes, I no shame. I am going to do everything that bring her the best gift to the mom or the dad. What if if there's no mom, there's an older sister. I'm gonna ask, what does your sister like? Or if it's just the dad, okay, what does your dad like? And I'm gonna do that. But
Now, now for sure,
what do you think is manipulation or fake?
I, it's I, I just think, a matter of fact, Persada just dropped a comment. Can you
Yeah,
post that
she
up
did.
real
Let's
quick?
look at that. Do you want to go ahead and read that? She's probably
Yeah, I took a gift once and she didn't like it. I automatically thought I was kissing up to her and being fake, right? And for me, like my mindset is this, like, okay, like if there's any butt that I'm going to kiss, it's going to be my girlfriend's, the girl that I'm dating, right?
yeah,
So if she's like, hey, I think it'll be a great idea if you bring something, then I will, right? Because she knows her parents better than I do, right? Or you know what? No, because X, Y, and Z. So I would rely on on her advice on what it is that I should do because my mindset is exactly what Prasada was saying is like for the most part, people know why you're bringing a gift because you're trying to appease and trying to be, like so. It's like there's a okay, she's putting effort in or he's putting effort in, but is it real, right? Because it's like they're doing what they got to do to make that good first impression. Now, what I'll say is this: hopefully there's already a good impression because if I'm dating you, right, and I'll say, hey, come over to meet the family, my conversation with my family should already be a good one. You know, oh, here we are, and you know, this is who she is, and she's amazing, she's great. This is what's been
yeah.
going on. Like, so this will already be a good first impression, right? So it's like now if we had that conversation, then it's like, okay, you know what? My mom does like X, Y, and Z. I think you should, bring or hey, my parents love coquito, right? Big
Yes.
coquito fans. We love coquito. That's
Oh
why
yeah.
Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday, y'all. You
That's a
know,
Puerto Rican
so
drink. Just so it's like Puerto Rican eggnog for those of you.
this is delicious. So it's like, hey,
Gina's
um,
on my corner, dude. Gina's on my corner. Gina's with me.
and I'm cool with it. I'm perfectly cool with it, right? Because you're right. It shows that you care about etiquette for sure. But all I'm saying is is that that's why I feel like the conversation should be had about the expectations.
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
when we go to the house, what tell me about your parents. Tell me about or whoever it is that raised you, whatever the situation is, grandmother, like tell me what's the best way to make sure that the night goes great,
Yes.
because I don't want to embarrass you, because I
Right.
probably because I have me personally, I have a tendency to be a little dorky, a little whatever, right?
And then
So
you
I
get a
may,
coquito, and then you get some coquito on
get that
you,
coquito.
dude.
Maybe wepa and playing salsa music the whole night.
Hi, Miss. Hi, do
I'm
you
on.
want to say hi to Coach Smiley? She's on. She's on watching us from YouTube.
What's going on, Coach? What's happening, Coach Smiley? But yes, it is delicious, completely delicious. Um,
Pastor Melissa says,
so
I'm so sorry. Pastor Melissa says, I think it's respectful to bring a gift,
mhm.
but it is important to have the right mindset. Do it from the heart, not for points.
But yeah, but that's the reason why you're bringing gifts. It's because you're trying to get points. Which a couple of people said here that this is why they do it. Because it's so. But to Melissa's point, you know, obviously what we whatever it is that we are bringing to this the environment should be from the heart. And that's why for me, having that conversation beforehand with with the girl that I'm bringing, or if you're a female with the guy that you're bringing, hey, what is the expectation? You know, me personally, I'm going to I give you a hard time about it, but I personally would at the very least I'm going to ask, should I bring anything? Yes, you should. You should bring dessert. You should bring, okay, I'll bring that. Or whatever the conversation is, because I do want to be respectful.
Yeah.
I do want to bring my best foot forward for sure.
Yeah.
And I want to live up to the hype. That I'm hoping that my girl said, man, my man, he is the best. He is so awesome. He's respectful. He's this gentleman. He opens the door for me. He does this. He does that. So I can walk in, you know, as I say, pop that collar. Yeah, yeah,
Whatever.
yeah. You
Oh,
know.
Lord. Gina says, LOL. Well, with my charming personality and a gift, I'm in there. That's right.
And we in there like swimwear people, but
Wait, what did you say?
uh,
What did you say?
we in there like swimwear, like
Oh, God. Oh,
never
my
mind,
God.
never mind. But that's the whole point though, right? Is to get to a place where it's like that I do everything that I can to make sure that the night goes well on my end.
Okay, now
You
I
know.
have another question. Ooh, for you, Ulises. Oh, this is funny. Okay, I have another question. We got some comments, people. Thank you for the comments. Well, Ulises, you get ready to you can read this one, but let me ask you a question, and I'm gonna ask it to everybody who's listening. So, if your girlfriend, you invite her to the family thing, you guys decide, we're gonna invite her to the family thing. You know how Hispanics have the plato situation? You've heard about the plato, or is that a Mexican thing? That if you invite her to your family thing, should she serve your plato, your plate of food, or your mom's gonna serve it? Because amongst Hispanic women, the woman that serves your plate is the one that you know what I'm saying? I don't know if are you familiar with that or no?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay, so yeah. So my question is, in that, let's say you invite her and you guys are dating, who's gonna serve? Are you gonna get your plato by yourself, or is she gonna serve your plate?
Me personally, I would serve her the plate because,
No, no, no. For real, Ulises?
because she's the guest.
No, no. Why are
What
you
do you
gonna
know?
do that?
Why? Why not?
Because they're gonna talk crap about her. The
No,
tias, the tias and the
she's the,
grandmas. Oh, we're gonna have a
let them,
field. Oh, we're gonna be.
let
We're gonna
them.
say no. Listen, we're gonna be like, oh,
I'll be
mira.
like, look, I'm
No,
gonna do
no,
a
no,
smile
no.
on
You
my
can't do
face.
that to her. You can't do
I'm
that to
gonna do a
her.
smile on my face. I'll be like, yeah,
No,
I see this.
no, no.
Bang, what you
Don't do
want?
that.
What you want in that plate? You want
No,
some
no,
turkey, some mac and cheese,
no. You can't do that. You can't
huh?
do that.
Some
Ulises,
some some
what?
tamales.
No.
What you want?
Mm-mm. No,
I'm
no,
I'm
no. We're gonna
I'm,
gossip
I'm
about you.
me
We're gonna
person.
gossip. Once you leave, we're gonna gossip about you and her. Like,
Hey,
mira esta mujer. She made my husband. She made my son get it. My son served
oh,
her. No, no, no.
but
Que
but
huevona. No,
but
that.
I'm gonna make it clear that like y'all. She is the guest. She is the guest, and as the guest, I'm not going to make her, because now you're looking to see if she's going to perform her womanly duties,
Yes.
like
Okay. So we
no,
have Ruben.
I'm going.
Let's say a quick hi to Rubén Rubén, que nos ve desde Puerto Rico. Hola Rubén, ¿cómo estás? Qué bueno que estás aquí con nosotros, viniendo desde Puerto Rico. Yes, go ahead, Ulises.
Yeah, and look, Jana said, look, my husband served me, and his mom got. So let her get mad. Let you because at the end of the day, guess who is not coming to my house at night? Not my mama, not my auntie, not my grandmama. No, no.
Yeah.
So it's I would rather again it's about being to me that's what a true gentleman should do, right? Now if I was the guest, then my hope is that she would serve me if I was the guest, right? Because I'm the guest, whatever the case is. So it does go both ways. Now when you get when everybody starts getting comfortable with each other, then it's like, okay, and especially in the Hispanic culture, women
Yeah,
are raised to serve,
yeah,
so it's like
absolutely.
and so I would let my future wife or whatever case, I will let her do what makes her comfortable for sure,
Oh, yeah.
but I would also be very clear, like, you know, I have no issues getting my own plate if you're tired, or I can serve you too. It goes both ways in my book.
Oh my
So,
God.
but
Mm.
that's where I stand on that, though. 'Cause let me tell you, because listen, one of the biggest things that you gotta,
I'm just laughing
especially,
because you got to be careful with this one because, whoo, this kid, Coach
yeah,
Miley says she agrees. Who do you agree with, Coach? Do you agree with Mr. Vargas or do you agree with me? Who do you agree with? What do you agree with? You got to tell us what you agree with. No, no, this is like, oh my God, no.
it's
And
good
should you
stuff.
drink? And also, should you drink? Because should you drink? Like if they offer, like let's say your family offers her coquito, let's say they offer you some wine or this or that. Should you like in my case, I don't drink. So I don't, So I would say no. But should I say yes because it's a family and I want to make sure like I'm not, hindering in their celebration of any sort, but yet, Oh, coach, she says she agrees with you.
Because we're kindred spirits. We're kindred spirits.
So should you drink? Also, that's a good question. Because
I
what
mean,
if he drinks and gets all, you know?
now, and that falls back into the expectation conversation. Like if I know that my girl likes to get drunk,
Uh,
yeah, we will limit the beverages, and we'll be drinking virgin coquito for the rest of the night. Like, you just like, hey, like, just this is the first time to be respectful, whatever the case is. And if you plan on marrying a drunk, then you got bigger issues to fry anyway, right? So you might want to not pursue that relationship. Um,
what kind of questions should we ask? Because when you're going to, let's say you say yes, and you know we're in since we already accepted the invitation, should, like in my case, I kind of want to know. I have everybody there. I kind of know want to know the tea things that he's not telling me. I would love to know from his grandma. I would love to know from his mom. But is it the right setting for me to ask questions?
I don't think you got to ask questions. I think to your point, what you said earlier, they will bring out the picture books of him being 2 years old with no diaper on, just running around. Oh look, this is when he used to pee in his bed. Look, you
Oh
see
my
that big old
god,
stain
really?
right there. You know, it's always, but those are expected for sure. Like, hey, like if I'm in a relationship that I see a future with,
Mhm.
then you know what? Sooner or later you're gonna learn this stuff. So like, let the family tell it. Um, let the family, and that says you have to be who you are because then they will expect you to always drink. Yeah,
It's true.
that's a very good point. That is a very good point. So, but at the end of the day, it's like, um, just ask away. Me personally, I'd be like, go ahead and ask away.
I don't I just think if it's, it's true what you were saying earlier, that it helps if you introduce them to the family before, or if you have conversations before, but then you kind of know each other and it's more relaxed. But if it's the very first time that you're going to meet their family and you want to do a good impression, I know that I tend to be, um I don't know really, to be honest, because I've always said no because it freaks me out, like it freaks me out, so I've always said no. But the moment that I say yes, I know that in those situations, I know how I'm gonna act because I'm very mindful and I try to be very respectful. I'm gonna mind my manners. I'm gonna say please and thank you, and I'm
Yeah,
gonna bring a small gift,
yeah.
and I'm gonna be a great guest because I'm not gonna even use a restroom. Let me say that I'm not gonna use a restroom. I'm gonna,
You gonna hold it
be,
in? You gonna hold it
yes,
the whole
yeah,
night?
heck yeah, yeah, of course. That's oh my god, uh, that is. I'm saying that because we had an experience. Somebody brought a friend, un amiguito. They brought a friend, and the bathroom was just a situation, and we're like, no, never again. So we have Pantera. This is from Juarez. Hello, 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 Pantera from Juarez. Hello. Saludos, saludos. We got people watching from Puerto Rico, from Mexico, from all kinds of places. Look at that. Pantera says hello, God bless you, God bless you. And Gina says, me either what? You're not gonna, me either what? You guys have to say what? So I'm not gonna, I'm gonna be very respectful. I'm gonna mind my manners because I want you I want my partner to be proud of me. It's important to me that he feels comfortable, that I can handle myself in social situations, that I can handle myself with some decorum, that with some grace, that as time goes on, yeah, they'll get to know me, I think. As time goes on, I'll be more, more free, whatever. But I'm coming into their environment. I'm coming into their circle. I'm coming in to their family, and I can't just I wanted to be myself and just no, I'm going to be very mindful, very respectful. I'm going to see how I can better their family experience. I'm going to learn from them, observe, see how the mom and the dad and what the dynamic. I'm going to read the room. I'm not going to go there, I'm not going to steal the spotlight. I'm not gonna no, I'm just gonna read the room. Now, they if they coach me and say, okay, they egg me on, then okay, I'm gonna bring it on and just be my wonderful self and start saying jokes and singing and karaoke and all that stuff. But I have to read the room. I'm gonna read the room and say, and then I would look at my partner and say, what is it? What's going on? I gotta be respectful. That's my oh, Gina answered my question. She said, I'm not stopping up. Right?
Now,
That is can you imagine? No.
has that ever happened to anybody? You went to somebody else's restroom and now it starts to flood up instead of flood
Well, it
down.
wasn't.
Like
It didn't. Well, it happened to us. Our family. One of our family things. They didn't stop up. They didn't plug it up. Whatever. But the smell. Ooh, Lord! I was like, I mean, you need to go to urgent care kind of thing.
you're
I don't
like
know.
that's enough for a breakup right there. I am not going to spend the rest of my life smelling that. Ugh.
And that's the memory. You see, that's the memory I have of him. Now it's a joke because you see I don't want that last in memory. Especially, can you
Oh, that's
imagine?
stinky butt. Hey,
Yeah,
how's
no,
stinky
I
butt
don't.
doing?
No, 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 no. You don't want to be that your family nickname. Your family nickname. So so then again, you read the room. You gotta
Mhm.
respect and now the question is, once you sit at the table, who do you sit with? Oh, Gina, you want to read Gina's?
My husband plugged up my mom's. Good for the husband. Good for the husband.
So
That's
what's
what I'm talking about right there.
oh,
And
that's
it
crazy.
was it was not his fault. It was the plumbing from your mom's house. It was the plumbing's fault from your
Okay,
mama's house.
so
Yeah.
I told you how I would act. Okay, Ulises, how would you act? I already told you my intentions. How are yours?
How I would like I think I don't know like
I
I
asked
would
you about the
definitely
plate, do you drink, the manners, the bathroom, all that.
hmm no when it comes to the bathroom, I would definitely try to hold out as long as possible. Um, Make sure I don't eat nothing too spicy. Drink nothing chocolatey. Whatever the case is, because
Why
those
not
things will
not
kind of
something chocolatey?
because too much chocolate or too much coffee, whatever it will go through my system like nobody's business, and it'd be like, does anybody need ice? I think I'm gonna get ice. I'll be back. You know,
So you would leave the party, go use the restroom at Circle K?
if I have to, if if
That is brilliant. That is
if my
brilliant.
stomach starts like gurgle, 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 who needs ice? Where's it? I think I'm gonna
Oh
get the ice. Be like, huh, mom? My mama's calling me. Hold on, emergency? Huh? Huh? Okay, I'll be there, guys. I gotta go. I'll be right back. Okay. If my mama just called. She sprained her toenail. She sprained her toenail, and so she sprained her toenail, and so I'll be right back. And walking out like clenching the butt cheeks. You know how they waddle.
oh my god.
Oh man,
Oh my god.
that will that will be insane.
That is crazy. That is good. That is funny. That is funny. That is funny. So
That would be, but yeah, I would definitely try to hold out as long as I can for sure. Um, when it comes to drinking, like I do drink, but I never drink to get drunk or anything like that. So a couple of you know cups of coquito, whatever the case is, will be fun. Um,
I let me ask you a question. Also, hold on. You want to read Gina's
she
comment?
said I was at a get together Saturday. I had a huge fart. I said I had got to go and pooped out my whole. That's what I'm
Oh my
talking
god.
about.
Gina's just
Yes.
like he's gonna get us canceled.
listen, listen. There was one time, but this is when I was living in El Paso, right? I was in the military the whole nine. I went to the mall with my family, and my daughter had to use the restroom, whatever the case was. So I took my daughter to the men's restroom. She was doing her thing, and all of a sudden you just hear these footsteps like running. Some guy is running there, and he's just saying, "Hi, Dios mío, hi, Dios mío, hi, Dios mío, hi, Dios mío." He comes in there. I
Oh
mean, just
my god.
hi. I mean, just hear, hi, Dios mío, Gloria a Jesus, Gloria a Jesus, Gloria a Dios mío. I mean, dude was hurting. And my daughter's like, Daddy. I'm like, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up.
Oh my god.
You know, so it happens. It
Wow, that's
happens.
crazy.
And it always seems to happen at the worst opportune time. So it's just real life. Like, when I was married, my ex-wife, she was pregnant with the first child. We went to the store because she had a craving on something. So we're like, let's go. On the way home, my stomach started like, it just turned. Bad, right?
Oh my
So I'm like,
god.
okay, we're gonna drive up, get to the house, and then I'm just gonna just run to the house, whatever the case was. I run to the house, I grab my keys, and I'm like, where's the house key? Where is the house key? And she's like, I don't know. And somehow, some way, I had lost the house key between the store and coming to the house.
What?
And my stomach is like horrible. I'm like, oh my God, I'm not gonna make it. Oh, and this was in Fort Campbell, where we lived in like it was like five houses. It was like a big old townhouse, but like five in one. And
Uh-huh.
I was smack dab in the middle. So I
Oh
was
my
like,
god.
so I'm waddling all the way to. I'm like, Lord, please let my back door be open. Please let something happen. So I'm waddling like, oh,
Oh
you
my
know
god.
my back door's closed, and I'm like, oh my God,
Oh my
I'm
god.
I'm gonna have an accident out here. Like, that's what I was thinking. And then my thank God my kitchen window was unlocked. So
Oh my god.
I opened that up, but then it was like
You can't
like
make too
I had
much
to hold
effort.
my I had to hold my breath because I can't put too much stress, too much pressure. I'm like trying to crawl in, the and then these steps to go up the stairs was like super steep, but I'm like literally like yo, like this is like insane right now. So it and I like to this day I don't know what happened to the house key. Like it
You still can't find it.
yeah, I can't blame them. It was but it was horrible,
But you made it. You
you know,
made it.
barely,
You made
barely.
it.
The ex-wife, she was 8 months pregnant at the time, so she was waddling in.
Oh my
I'm just
god.
like I'm sorry, man. I was freaking out. I'll be yelling and everything. Where's the house game? What? I don't know.
Oh my god. You see, that's not a story I would want the family of the person I'm gonna go see.
Oh no.
Remember, those stories are, can you imagine? No, no, no. So you have to you have to read the room. You have
You
to be,
gotta read the room. You
you
gotta
have
read the
to
room. So but when it comes to reading the room though, I think what's also important is, man, like you gotta pay attention to the family dynamics.
Yes.
As me as the person that's being invited, like if I have the like, oh man, like this is the person that I'm with and I want to spend the rest of my life with, like I'm also gonna want to pay attention to how that family dynamic is, right?
Yeah.
And though I don't want to even imagine that, Gina. I don't want to imagine that at all. Like let's save the poop stuff for like 6 months down the road when you're in a committed relationship and you
Oh my
smell
god,
what's
no.
coming at them.
Oh
You
my
know,
god.
I got because you might have some weird quirks. You really do. You know, so but
That too.
the
That too. Eating. What if he chews like a cow? Or if she has bad eating habits and she's gonna be eating there like, oh no.
I know somebody. I'm not going to name no names to protect the victims or the perpetrator, but love this person. But when he eats, it's like dude is
No más,
he's
qué
make
feo. Qué
he's
feo.
making love to the
Oh,
to the
that's
to the chicken
gross.
burrito.
No, no.
And it's like, or like when he's chewing, when he's eating cereal, when they get that slurping noise.
Ay, no, qué feo.
And then when they really like it,
Ay, no, no,
like
no,
it's
no.
like it's it is horrible. It's like, bro, like really, man, like can you just like can you not breathe and eat? I mean, you trying to breathe and eat all at the same time? Like no, like you hold your breath, swallow, then breathe. That's how that works. You don't do it simultaneously. You know, like she said her ex used to eat like that. Like, did you have earplugs? The boys, noise canceling headphones when you. All right, Dave, here's your dinner. Put that mug on. But no, it's quirks that look. I think we should do a podcast on just that alone. I think
Well,
quirks will be a hilarious conversation.
but the thing is that you have to take all that in consideration because you're bringing them into your family, and if they do things like that, I mean, you've got to know each other. Because I know that you say no, they might as well see who they are. That might as well,
Oh
see
no
the
no
real.
no no!
But then again, you're gonna have all these memories. Remember the first time that Maria came? She was eating soup como una vaca, and you remember Maria the first time she plugged up the bathroom. And you
just
remember
just
Maria?
she was wearing her food on
I
her
know,
shirt.
I know. Quirks are funny. Yes, you know. Do you remember Maria? She got drunk with Coquito, and then she started singing, and she ended up on the top of the table, and we had to. Ulises had to bring her down. No, 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 no. You don't want none of that. Not the first time. That's más después, más después, but not the first time because there's a lot of things you have to take in consideration, and we haven't even talked about the conversations, like how do you handle weird conversations? Like I invited a while back, I invited somebody, but it wasn't the holidays. I invited him for dinner and everything was good and he was wonderful and he was amazing until my sister, one of my sisters, and I didn't know a lot about because I had been married so long. I didn't know about dating too much. So it was kind of even new for me. Now I know better. But then again, that back then I didn't. So I and my sister were having a good conversation. And I remember my younger sister, she gets close to him and she goes, "So what are your intentions with my sister? Have you guys done the deed?" Oh my god, I was so embarrassed. I like he just laughed. He was so sweet. He just laughed and he said my intentions are good. My That's what he said and he just laughed and I was red, I was embarrassed but he handled it with grace and everything. But because grandmas and grandpas and abuelos and tios, they have no filter. They'll ask the questions, and so you have to have that conversation. Okay, if my tia te pregunta this and that, what are you gonna say? Or if my dad asks you, what are you gonna say? And those just I don't know. You see, this is why I said no to the invitation. All this stresses me out. All this stresses me out. I think of all these things, but it's like,
I love it. I love it. I said, bring on all the questions. Like
so
I'm
you know
gonna.
what? And let me tell you something. That
Mhm.
answer that you just said, that answer is the golden key right there. That answer that you just said.
Which one? What did I
When you
just say?
said that right there that you said, bring on the questions. You see the
Bring
confidence
it on.
that you see the
Yeah.
confidence that you said it with? That is a magic answer. Because when you are dating somebody and he is so sure of himself and he's so confident in the relationship and he's confident that you're the one, and you tell him, you know what, so and so might ask you this and they might ask you that, and the person you're dating says, bring it on, I got you. I will face the giants. You're like, ah, ah. It's like, ah. The greatest because I remember that not too long ago, this person came to me and she said, I don't want to say her name, but she came to me and she said, look, this is my well, we're dating. He's my fiance and blah blah blah. And this person, she's so precious to me. She's so precious, so precious. And I don't want to say her name, but she's so precious and she's like a daughter to me. And then I saw him and I said, okay, okay, can I ask you a few questions? And I'm going to be tough on you. I'm going to ask you the right, I'm going to ask you some tough questions. And he said the same thing. He said, bring it on. Just ask away. I'm ready. And I was like, oh, that right there said, no worries. I don't have to ask you anything. Just just your posture of defending her, defending the relationship. Like I got us. they're married now and they're gonna have a baby, so I'm excited for them. But that was like, wow, that says
It's it's huge because like like
what would make you proud
there-
of her if you invite your girlfriend? What would make you proud of what would she do that you would say, wow, look at that, she did that?
no, I think like as you said, just not being afraid to have conversations, not being afraid to answer the hard questions. I think is huge. You know, and obviously, not be embarrassing, whatever the case is. Like, like my encouragement will always be, like, hey, I want you to be yourself. Like, I want you to be. I want everybody to see who it is that I see, right? Because what I'm in love with. This is what
Yeah,
that I'm looking to build a future with,
yeah,
and so it's like and and it's not about impressing the family, but it's really experiencing the family at this point. Like I don't want you to impress. I just want you to have this experience, because whether or not they like you or not is not my concern. Because I'm choosing you. They're not choosing you. My parents
mhm,
are not choosing you. My siblings, my aunts, my uncles, they're not choosing you. I am.
mhm,
So I don't need you to impress. I just need you to experience. And that will take the pressure off somebody who is coming in and meeting the family for the first time. um, and that's the mindset that I have when I go in to meeting people's family. I'm not here to impress. I'm going to be me. I'm just going to experience. And I can't tell you relationships that I've been in where they were like, man, my mother is so hard to please. She don't like no men that I bring into the house, or my dad. Da, 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 da. And I'm batting 1,000. Like there's not
yeah.
one mama that did not like me. There's not one daddy that did not like me.
What's
You
your
know,
secret? What's your secret?
I'm not here to impress. I'm here to experience.
Oh my god.
You know, but it works though, right? Because like when it comes to reading the room, right, or when it comes to paying attention to the family dynamics, it's about, okay, I'm listening to what it is that they're
Yeah,
talking about, and can I relate to that? So it's like I'm having conversations with people, and I can't, again, like it's I joke about it, but I'm humbled at the
yeah.
fact that people who don't normally like other people for whatever reason likes me. And so but it really, I put it down, hey, it's really just a favor of God, that I, just it really is just a favor of God, because it's not nothing that I'm doing special, you know.
Do
But
you stay away from topics, like, do you stay away from the regular topics people say? Don't talk about politics, don't talk about religion, and I don't know what the third one is, but something like that. Do
I
you
I,
avoid
I
those?
do I know how to what's the proper word where you hear the question, you hear the conversation, but you can dodge it really well. Um,
Yeah,
because I it people, you marry into a Republican family, you marry into a Democratic family, they obviously gonna want to know, who it is, who did you vote for,
oh yeah,
um,
oh yeah,
or,
that's
or 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 what is your stance on what's going on with the government right now? Who is it? Is it the Republicans' fault for the
yeah.
shutdown? Is it the Democrats? Is it Schumer's? Like, it's like,
Well, what is it that you answer? What is it that you would answer?
I would say, as a believer, the kingdom isn't shut down,
Yeah,
and I'll just leave it like that.
yeah,
Oh, so you the religious type? Sure, sure, yes, sure. We'll go with that too.
yeah,
So it's short answers, learning how to divert from the question, um, because at the end of the day, it's all a bait anyway.
yeah. It's a bait.
or it's a bait, and it's like, I could agree. Like, who'd you vote for? who did you vote for? And oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. I was thinking that too. I got a guy at work that I'm in there bringing up all these different suggestions. Oh, you know what? We could do this. I was thinking that too. With every answer, I was thinking that too. It's like okay, but it's like that'd be a great answer to give. I was thinking that too. You
I
know.
I want to I want to I would use a tip that Coach Smiley gave. We her and I had a podcast. If you're interested, it was a good podcast specifically on this topic, but in some of the things that we deal with, but in Spanish. And she said rehearse some of your answers ahead of time. Get ready in your mind ahead of time. And she gives us some really good tips, like talk to your partner and hey, if they ask us this, what are we going to say? If they talk about this, what are we going to? So have a lot of pre-game conversations on what expectations, what you're going to do, what you're going to say. Both agree on this, and even have a safe word, like a word that it's too much. Get me out of here. This is just, yeah. Like, what would be your safe word? And we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next. What would be your safe word?
That'd be a good question. It's got to be something for me because I love to joke around. It's got to be something off the wall, something crazy. Something that just be like super weird and random. Um,
Yeah, you
like
would have to say a safe word that you would say, that you would both say that, okay, she needs to get out, or we both need to get out, or I've had enough, or
it's
something
time to
that'll help
go.
you.
Yeah, you
So you
know.
agree in that safe word, and I don't know. I would say like, I gotta I gotta go check on the dog. I don't know, something like that. I gotta go check on the dog. I wonder how my dog is doing. I wonder how my dog is doing. Something not too crazy, but and then if you know me, I don't have a dog right now, so you would like, huh?
uh,
Okay, let me
my
go.
mama broke her. She twisted her toenail. You know.
No, like you would say casually, like, hey, I wonder how my dog is doing. Did I feed my dog? Something that, like, okay, you've had it. So Ulises, so I want you to kind of pick three people. If you are
Oh
still
Lord.
here in the podcast, just say me. Type in the comments me, and the first three people that say me are gonna be the three winners. How about that? You gotta say me. You gotta type me. So, and while you do that, while you type your word me in the comments, we can see it. And it says, "I watched that podcast. It was amazing. Everyone, she go should go back and watch it. Very interesting and informative. Thank you, Maria and Coach Smiley. Loved it." Woohoo! All right. So go ahead and put Annette, because that's a great comment. So let's see. So we have Gina put me. That's two, and
Persada.
Tati's three. There we go. All three. Woohoo! Awesome, awesome, awesome. So let's do those three. All right. Yeah, Annette said me that she's the third one. Yay! Ooh. All right, awesome. So ladies, let me go ahead and tell you about this. Ulises, unless you have some other stuff you want to comment before I tell you
No,
about
I
the
mean,
school.
or I mean, it looks like we could do four actually.
Do you want to do four? Okay, you want to
Yeah.
do one more?
Oh no, because I think you missed one. That's why.
No, and we got Annette, Gina, Persidia, and Tati. Yes, four. Those four.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. Woohoo! All
Okay.
right, girls. So for you that you are winners. All right. This is what I need to do. I need you to go to into the platform called School. I will send you the link. And then you go in and join that, because we're gonna have this group. So if you're interested, I can send you the link, and it's a group we're forming in the platform called School. And there we're gonna continue to talk about the podcast. If you have any questions, we'll address it there. I need to know the winners. We're gonna go ahead and conversations there. You need to let me know, because the choices are: you get Ulises' book, you get one of my ebooks, or you get dinner with us. So you have to choose one of those three. So as a winner, you got to choose. How are you going to let us know? everybody go to that link, and Gina's already in it. Annette's already there. So Ulises is going to soon be in there. And so all you have to do is follow the link, and you create your own little account. And then you go in there, and all of us, we can all see each other's, and you can send emails. We can send information, the podcast. There's a video that I'm going to post tonight. It's going to be fun to show you what my setup looks like. Cause I don't know why some people want to know what the setup looks like. It's a very small space. When you if you were to see it in person, it's very small. So people are always asking me, "What does your space look like? Is it a big room?" No, it's a little. It's a closet size. So I'm going to show you a video over there, and we'll send you the link. Gina said, "Thank you." Gina said, "Okay." So right after the show, I'm going to go ahead and go over there. I'm going to post a video, and please go ahead and let me know which of those gifts you prefer. So, and a good thing about this group over there is that we're going to be able to create an amazing community today. And Ulises and I don't know how he feels, but I'm very excited. For the first time, we are going live on YouTube, and it is crazy insane that, and it's the why is it so exciting? Because before, only people that were my friends or Lisa's friends had access to the podcast, or unless you shared it or you viewed it. And now, it's open. Like, you refer us to somebody wants to see us, they don't have to be following me or following anybody. They can go straight to YouTube and watch it live and comment. So we're excited about that. So, all right. So thank you, Gina. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So I just want to thank everybody. Elises, anything else before we go to the winners? Do you want to say anything?
Well, I appreciate you guys hanging around and enjoying the conversation, laughing with us, and bringing in that wonderful poop jokes and poop stories. We appreciate them all. So it really brings the bonding even much more,
Oh my God, that's gross.
much more. I mean, it is gross, but that's what makes it family. That's what makes it family. We want more poop stories. You know.
No.
Oh, we don't. Okay.
Thank you so much. She says, "Thank you both. I always enjoy your podcast. I appreciate you." All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Until the next time, we have another show coming up. And I think we'll let you know. If you want to know what the next podcast is about, make sure you go to school, join the fan club, join us over there, and we'll let you know ahead of time what we're going to be talking about and get your input. All right. Good night. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.